What's up, family? This is Jastaria Curry with Curry Squared. Sorry, it's got to eat some nuts. But today I'm coming to you with another live and informative video. I'm going to be talking to you today about the infamous downsizing. Yes, whenever you are planning to do your world schooling, homeschooling, world traveling journey, you have to go through that beautiful process that we all love of, someone stuck in my teeth. Beautiful process that we all love of downsizing. Yes. So, as usual, when I do informatives, boom, got my notes. One day I won't need them, but maybe I will. Alright, downsizing. You know, one of the things about downsizing is that if you have a plan, you stay organized, you stay on top of it, and you do it early, you will be okay. I'm not the type of person, I don't like this scrambling at the last minute. I got 2 weeks down to the clock or any of that. I don't like any of that. I like to make sure that I have sufficient time to, you know, sell or put in storage or pack up or throw away. I like to make sure that I have sufficient time to be able to do that. Why? Because I'm the researcher in the family and I have a lot of stuff to look up. I have a lot of stuff to do. And I don't like rushing, throwing stuff around at the last minute. I just don't. I'm the type of person that I like to have like that last week or so where the house is empty and we just chilling, waiting for our flights. I'm not, you know, and we've moved a few times between, you know, here and Colorado and everywhere in between. And I've always had that same philosophy. I shouldn't eat these nuts because now I'm like, oh. Excuse me for a second. I don't know what, I think you have to turn this around, right? So that you don't see the name, even though you see the name. I feel like the nuts are in my throat. Anyway, I don't like scrambling at the last minute. It's too stressful. I just don't. Okay? So I have some tips and just kind of let you guys know what we're doing over here and how we're downsizing, and hopefully some of these things and tips and tricks and whatever else can help you guys out as well. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing I always recommend or always advise, and something I have to kind of keep constantly telling myself when trying to downsize. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, old Victorian home with an attic, so you can imagine the amount of stuff. We probably have stuff up in here. But at any rate, that's the size of our home. And so I had to take a step back and look at it, and I'm just like, so the first thing I always recommend, and what I do for myself, is to say, breathe. It is a lot. You probably have a lot of stuff. And it can get overwhelming real quick if you don't take a moment and just breathe. Okay? The next thing that I do after I get done breathing, which I consistently do daily, is I plan. I get a plan together. So from the time, you know, you make the decision to make this adventure and this journey all the way up until the week before, really probably sooner than that, but at the latest, that week before you fly out of here, you have your week, every single week, mapped out. What are you going to start with, okay? So, before you start with, you can do it 2 ways. You can either start with just doing a walkthrough in the house and just start tagging stuff. What stuff are you going to keep? What stuff are you going to sell? And what stuff are you going to throw away? You can do it that way. Or you can schedule your weeks, and depending on, you know, a lot of people are busy. They may have day jobs and night jobs or whatever. Life is just busy. What you can do is say, okay, this week I'm going to focus on the attic. And we have a front part of the attic and a back part of the attic, right? So first half of the week I spent on the first half of the attic. Second half of the week I spent on the second back half of the attic. So you can do something like that. And within that attic, you basically tag and bag. What stuff are you going to keep and put in storage? What stuff are you going to sell? And what stuff are you going to throw away? Now, we had quite a bit of stuff and still have some stuff, you know, between the basement, attic, and all of that. So we had to order a big dumpster, okay? That the big sizes that you do for, I think it's like 15 feet that you do for the renovations. We got that because we plan to throw a lot of stuff away. You know, you want to make your world schooling, homeschooling, world traveling adventures. You want to travel light. My grandpa always said travel light. And it was double meaning. Travel physically light, travel mentally, and everything else light. And so my plan is to have the bare minimum and to have itty bitty storage to keep only what's most important and what truly cannot be replaced. Okay, and it's not a lot of stuff that we have that can't be replaced. Okay, but I'm talking about things like sentimental value and all that. So we did get a big storage unit. Anyway, to go back to that, not a storage unit, a big dumpster. So that dumpster got filled up with everything that we were throwing away. Okay, now what you are going to sell. There are different sites that you can sell your stuff on. Craigslist is usually really good for like your bigger items, your furniture, stove, refrigerator, things like that. eBay is a good site, more so for your collectibles, comic books, jewelry, you know, things like that. Cell phones, old cell phones, computers, you know, stuff like that. So you could use eBay for that. Consignment shops. So if you've got some designer clothing, I don't. No, I don't. I have maybe a few. Maybe. But if you got designer clothing, okay, or handbags or, you know, stuff like that that you want to take to a consignment store, that's another option as well. Okay? So those are some places. And then the other thing, which is something else we're going to consider doing, we're really doing, I'm not considering anything, is yard sales. Okay? Yard sales, yes, they can be a pain in the rear. Okay, but pick one room in your house that's completely empty and put all your yard sale stuff, everything that you're going to do for the yard sale from here until you're ready to go, put it in that one room. Okay, the goal to downsizing is to empty your house out, and the only thing you want to have left until the last minute is your bed and a table maybe to eat on. I mean, you can sit on the floor and eat, you know. Again, the point is to everybody band together, have one mind, and get this stuff out of the house, okay? And so, yeah, selling. Donations. Now, it's also a good thing to donate. If it's some decent quality stuff, you don't really feel like being bothered with selling it, but you really just want to donate some stuff and you know, be able to be a blessing to other people. You can donate through your church. You can donate through local rescue missions. You can donate through local shelters. You also, let's say you have a lot of stuff and you need it to be picked up. I know the Salvation Army in certain locations has trucks that will come to you and pick up your stuff. I think the Ark in Colorado, we used them before. We put a lot of stuff out. They came and picked that up, no problem. I don't know if the Goodwill offers those services, but, you know, check into that as well. They may. But those are the three that I know of, and I know the two that I mentioned before. They will actually come pick your stuff up. And so I think that that is phenomenal because it saves you time and hauling back and forth trips, or it saves you money having to rent a U-Haul. Just pick up the phone and say, you know, these are the things that I have. With the Salvation Army, I set up an online account with them, and all I do is I go in and I punch. I've got 10 boxes, 2 bags, a mattress, you know. I type all that stuff in, and I schedule my own date. Schedule my own time, well, not time, but schedule my own date, and they come and they get the stuff. Okay, the good thing about being able to schedule online, because again, you'll have your schedule and you can go and put your dates in. Say, I'm going to put, you know, I'm going to schedule them twice. I scheduled already to pick up our initial stuff, and then probably that second to last week I'm going to call them again. Anything we couldn't sell on the yard sale, couldn't sell on any of those other sites and other platforms, you know, I told you before. We're just going to donate, and I know they'll come, and I know they'll pick it up, and, you know, again, you want to cut down as much stress as possible. In our case, we have a home, so you want to try to talk to realtors as soon as possible. Maybe talk to 1 or 2, get a feeling for everything. You know, see if you can kind of vibe with them, if they're cool or not, and, you know, let them help you sell your home. If you're in an apartment, you know, you got your time. I mean, you really don't have to do much with your landlord, but it's just, you know, make sure you just get your stuff in order, right? I will say, as far as storage is concerned, you know, it's not for me to say, okay, keep this, but throw that out. You know what I mean? Keep what you're going to keep is a personal decision. But I will say, when you're boxing your stuff up, make sure that you label exactly what's in it. Okay, and if it's stuff that you really gonna have to go back and remember, let's say you're going for a year or even more, and you come back and be like, this box just says clothes. Well, what kind of clothes is in here? Or it says purses. If you have very detailed purses or more expensive purses, well, what kind of purses is up in here? You know, is it just random purses? Or let's say you put a general tab of electronics, and well, what kind? You know, and so you want to label, write down, you know, USB cable, computer, you know, that type of stuff. And this is all, of course, I know it may seem time consuming, but it's all assuming that you're not having like a huge storage unit. You're really trying to get yourself down to the bare minimum and keep absolutely only what's necessary. Okay? Now, as far as packaging supplies, Home Depot actually has the better deal, in my opinion. They actually have the better deal, but Walmart has the cheaper supplies in terms of foam and packing tape, you know, markers, pen, all that stuff, you know. So that's what I would do, but it's solely up to you. But I think, in my opinion, Home Depot has the better deals. If you're going to be away long term, though, depending on whatever climate you live in, you might want to consider getting the Tupperware. Which can run you anywhere from, depending on where you go, anywhere from $5 to $25. Sometimes Home Depot has sales on that as well. Walmart tends to be the cheaper route with that. But it just depends, you know. But if you're going to stay long term, maybe consider having a climate controlled storage unit, because you don't want to have you come back and your stuff be all soggy. That's going to be a no-go. Alrighty. What else? So I did write on here, emotional attachment is real. And the crazy thing about it was, you know, as I started getting my plan together, thinking about what I was going to do and how I was going to downsize and all of that, and I was just walking through the house, and then I started walking through the backyard, and I just started getting emotional, y'all. I was like, where are these tears coming from? It was like almost in a movie or something, you know, except for there was no music in the background. You know, it's like, you know, I was just imagining my kids playing, and I was thinking about the first time we got the house and how excited we were, and the kids and running around. The dog we had, no longer have. But, you know, it was just like all the emotions hit you at once. And I'm just like, why am I so emotional, you know, and about to tear up when I'm about to go on an awesome journey that I'm so excited about, and I'm so grateful for. You know, it's like it's a time where you should be excited, right? Why are you so emotional? And once I thought about it, I was just like, because at the end of the day, though you're excited over here, that doesn't take away from, you know, the fact that you built a life over here, you know, and you're kind of dismantling that life. And with that life came certain, you know, emotions and mindsets and thoughts and feelings, you know, and you built that life. And so now it's like you're taking that life down and kind of, you know, moving on to another life. And it's natural. Okay, it's natural to be emotional. The key is, though, to go through it, feel the emotion, accept the fact that it is a little sad that you are leaving stuff and people that you know and friends and things that you made and relationships you built and stuff you had, and you're leaving that. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be sad, but you just make sure that you go through it. I always feel like every emotion you have you're meant to go through it. You have to feel it, but you go through it. You don't stay stuck there and trip off into a state of depression, because you ain't got time for it. Okay, you just don't. Even when you're talking about stuff to get rid of, you know, I thought, you know, I get in these modes sometimes where I'm just chucking crap. I'm just like, I just don't want this. I don't want this. I don't even care. But then, you know, you start digging through those boxes in the back of the attic, and you start seeing stuff from when your kids were little, and, oh, she wore this, and oh, this was her favorite bunny, and yeah, I don't, I'm a borderline hoarder, but not in a psychological sense. I just keep stuff. But this new journey that I'm on is teaching me to travel light. Travel light. So if I can say anything to you, go through the emotions of letting go, but understand that it's a through emotion. You're just meant to go through it. You'll be on the other side of it, and you're going to get things done. Don't stress yourself out. Don't be too anal, and make sure you take breaks. Don't try to eat the whole elephant. Take little bites, take little steps, stay organized, and stay on your schedule, and you will be absolutely fine. This journey is meant to be enjoyed. You know, shoot, document it. Do like we're doing. Document it, you know, because you'll look back and be like, wow, we did that, you know. Yeah, but, and after that, it's just execute. I'm looking over my notes. I'm like, yeah, just, you know, sometimes, you know, sometimes you look at it, you're like, oh, there's so much stuff, and how did I accumulate all this stuff? You're just like, throw the whole house away, you know. But in reality, it's like you do accumulate stuff, but you can't take it with you, you know. And so keep what's most important to you, what you hold dear to your heart, and let everything else go. Bless other people with it, sell it, put in the trash if it's no longer of any use, and just let go and move on. But allow yourself some days to feel that sadness, but just let it go after that. And enjoy. So, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, you know, what are some tips and things that you're doing to downsize so that your family can take that nice trip across the world. You know, what kind of packing ideas and solutions do you have? Or how are you handling, you know, letting go of your kid's sweater from 1846? But, you know, let's try to build a community of people that, you know, we love each other and we support each other. And, yeah, you know, just comment down below. You know, if you have any questions, if you have any topics, anything that you want me to talk about, as we're beginning our journey. And yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want more in-depth detailed information about our step-by-step. Hit us up on our blog, currysquare.wordpress.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm still building that site, y'all. Bear with me. You know, we have some more trips coming up before we actually head to Thailand, so I look forward to those as well. And we'll talk about those in the coming videos. So I don't want to make this too long, but thank you for watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe. If you have any other information, don't forget to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys be blessed.